Hi everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to the Fashion Bunker. Today we're going to be talking Hermes, and Hermes has appointed a new artistic director for their makeup branch. We're going to get much more Hermes makeup now, and FashionUnited.uk is reporting that Gregoris Pyrpylis, let me cue him in. Actually, before I cue him in, subscribe to my channel, push the join button next to the subscription button, become a member today. Join me on Patreon, superdacob all spelled together. Thank you to all my members and patrons who have already pledged. This video is being filmed live in front of a virtual live audience. Here comes our co-chatters. I live stream every Saturday. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Everybody's invited to tune in and join the conversation every Saturday. So, Mr. Pyrpylis, let me cue you in. Gregoris Pyrpylis has been tapped by Hermes Beauty to be their new creative director. He will report to Agnès de Villers, president of Hermes Parfum and Beauté, and he will work under the brand's artist director Pierre-Alexis Dumas. In 2020, Hermes expanded their beauty division beyond perfumes by adding cosmetics including lipstick, powders, and nail polish. The brand continues to prove its strength and perseverance even throughout the lockdown. An Hermes store in Guangzhou took in $2.7 million in one Saturday after China began reopening from the first round of lockdowns, and you best believe the Birkins and the Kellys were all piled up in the back. And a lot of Chinese people got pretty lucky that day. In the third quarter of 2021, Hermes reported that revenue was up 31%. Last month, the company also announced they would join Eurostoxx 50, one of Europe's main equity benchmarks. Now, this is Mr. Gregoris Pyrpylis or Pyrpylis. I think it's Pyrpylis. I don't know. It's a Y. It's spelled Pyrpylis. So it's either Pyrpylis or Pyrpylis. Probably Pyrpylis, maybe Pyrpylis. He's Greek. Is he wearing a twilly? Asks Jack. Does he have a twilly? He might be wearing a twilly, and I think he has a twilly. Now, Mr. Gregoris writes, in his own Instagram post, I'm so honored and thrilled to be joining the iconic house of Hermes as the creative director for beauty, a house that epitomizes beauty in all forms with its attachment to craftsmanship and savoir-faire, a true house of creation and creativity, the beginning of a journey. Oh yes. When we talk about Hermes, we always talk about a journey, don't we? And he did it. He went there. He said, the beginning of a journey in which every personality can be expressed and every form of beauty will be revealed and celebrated. A vision of beauty I've cherished and kept since the day I discovered the art of makeup 15 years ago. And of course, a big thank you to my new Hermes family. Kisses, Gregoris. So I have no clue who he is. So I did a little bit of research, and I googled the lad. And a couple of years ago, back in 2018, there was an interview with him from the Louisa World magazine. They called him beautiful inside and out. Gregoris is no stranger to the twists and turns of life. As a university student, he dropped everything to become a makeup artist, and as a young and promising talent, he left the security of Greece, his homeland, to chase after his dream in the Mecca of fashion and beauty, France. Former artistic director of Shiseido, Tom Pichot, became his mentor when he started working by his side in 2012. In September 2015, Gregoris became a spokesperson for Laboratoire Bioderma, the first ever makeup artist to represent a skincare brand. Magazines adore him. Women he has worked with, such as Cindy Crawford, Carla Bruni, Alexa Chung, and Letizia Casta, praise him, and today, as Shiseido's Europe, Africa, and Middle East makeup ambassador, he is at a peak that suits his remarkable talent and humble character like a glove. This was the interview from a couple of years ago. Back then, they did not know that he would become Hermes' artistic director for makeup. When did you realize makeup was your universe? He says, I have always searched for beauty and aesthetics around me, even as a boy. Beautiful people, beautiful spaces. By age 15, I knew of every top photographer, stylist, model, makeup artist, as I would always study the credits of the photo shoots I studied in magazines. In 2005, a friend of mine from university, where I was studying English literature, asked me to apply her makeup for her. It was a simple look that had great success. The next day, I started looking for makeup schools, and within a week, I was enrolled. I never did it to have a career in makeup. It just felt great to work with brushes. What does this kind of work require other than talent? Then he answers, talent covers just 50% of it. The most important aspect is how much you want this kind of career. Persistence, perseverance, your ego might go through a lot of hardship, so you need to have a strong gut and tough nerve. Plus, you need luck. And one last thing, to not be afraid of airplanes. If you want to have an international career, planes become your second home. And I would wish to add, you also need the looks, because this is a cliche type of masculine beauty, and if you don't have that, you will not make it that far. Unless you're the complete opposite, like Penguin Batman ugly. Then you also have a chance. If you go overweight, if you go, Gianfranco Ferré, example. Carl, when he was bigger. Thank you for subscribing, Christine. I forgot his name. The Lanvin director who passed away, unfortunately. Help me in the chats, you guys. What's his name? So, there's that aspect of, becoming that over-consuming, voluptuous you, or it doesn't have to do with weight. It can be also John Galliano. John Galliano also, has a particular look about him. Or you have to be gorgeous, right? Cliche type of gorgeous. Albert Elbaz, thank you so much. Albert Elbaz. Albert, yeah. That's the guy from Lanvin that passed away. May he rest in peace. So, now, give us 3 beauty rules, they ask him. He says, forget Instagram. It is a fake world filled with filters, lights, and retouch. And I was like, oh, okay. Now, I'm for the first time, I'm starting to kind of really listen to what he has to say, because up until this moment, I was like, cliche. Because he also said before, I don't drink and I exercise a lot. Recently, I discovered that stretching regenerates my body deep down. You know what I mean? Anyway. So now he tells us, forget Instagram, it's all fake. I was like, okay, that's cool. Then second thing, he says, blush is a very misconceived product. The right blush in a creamy texture can make you look fresher than ever. I love my blushes. I completely agree with him. So I'm like, second thing he's giving us as a second tip, and I also really like it. Third tip, concealer is magic. It makes you look fresh and rested in just a second. That was an easy one. But yeah, love the 3 tips. So what is your signature look? He says transparency. Even when I'm working on a sophisticated look with powerful eyes and full lips, I make sure the woman who is wearing it looks natural and makes the style entirely her own. And of course, I always take care of the skin. What are your do's and don'ts for flawless makeup? He says, do. Take your time to work on your base, your complexion. Never forget that less is more, and that flawless doesn't mean skin that's caked in foundation. You have to look like yourself. Don't force it. If you don't feel comfortable in your makeup, it means it isn't right. On the other hand, if you're a fan of purple eyeshadow and orange lips, and this combination gives you confidence, then go for it. What makeup product do you always have with you? He says, a concealer. It's a magic wand that bluer imperfections, gets rid of signs of fatigue, and evens out the complexion. For women, I also like to have a blush like Minimalist Whipper Powder Blush in Burnt Coral, which is easy to apply in monochrome to the lips, eyes, and mouth. This was a couple of years ago. Now he's probably going to tell you he wants the concealer to be Hermes. He also says he has nothing against plastic surgery in one part of this interview. And is there any attitude to makeup you should avoid? He says copying other people's looks entirely, whether it's a friend or a celebrity. Obviously, it's completely normal to get inspiration, but imitating every last detail won't work. Aw, what is the best advice you've been given? He says, treat others how you would like to be treated. Are you for or against cosmetic surgery? He says, for. There's no reason to be unhappy all your life because you don't like your lips. Those lips look retouched to me, redone. So there you have it. If you don't like your lips or your nose, the nose could have been redone as well. I'm not so sure though. However, I'm against cosmetic surgery that follows the fashions, like the current trend for having huge lips and large buttocks. It's a little over the top. I wonder how well this statement is going to age now that he's at the helm of Hermes and the Kardashians are probably on their PR list. So if he's going to now all of a sudden be all friends and buddies with the biggest tushes in Hollywood, even though he was against it a couple of years prior, we couldn't help but wonder. So what do you guys think? We don't know much about him. All we know is what we read here now. I mean, some of you who are watching later might know him and might say he's incredibly talented. Oh, speaking of talent, I mean, his looks are, here I'm going to show you a couple. There's a little bit of a mod moment going on here, a little bit like 60s look with that little black thing in the eyelid, but, quite natural looking, clean, simple. Take away that hair, take away the blonde hair, just look at the makeup. The hair makes her look like a lion. Take away the hair. If she were bald, it would be a mood if she were bald with these eyes. It would be a little bit more punk at least, right? But yeah, very simple, simple stuff. I mean, this is quite boring, not groundbreaking. But then again, I think that's why it's a good match for Hermes, quite frankly. Because I'm not expecting anything groundbreaking from Hermes makeup. We never got anything groundbreaking from their clothing line either. So it's like, it's very conservative. It's a conservative type of elegance and luxury, Hermes. So he looks like a great cliche addition to an already very cliche brand. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, thumb it up, subscribe to my channel, and share your thoughts with me in the comment section down below. And if you know how we do the reviews here. Thank you so much, and until next time, never forget to never give up on love. Love you all. See you soon. Take care. Bye.